Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about free traffic techniques and specifically how to drive hundreds and hundreds of visitors, brand new visitors, to any website within a 24-hour period. And using the techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you, it'll take you less than 16 minutes maximum in order to implement any one of these strategies. And it's going to be exciting. You're going to learn the most important core critical strategy and technique to anything online, to any marketing online, whether you're a product creator or you're an affiliate or both. This is the most important skill you can possibly possess, which is how to drive tons of traffic to any website. Now, you can use this in order to, as I mentioned, drive this to your own offers or to affiliate offers. But what's also key about this is you can use this to build your list so that you can market to them again and again and again. So I suggest you lock the doors, turn off any distractions, grab a snack, grab a drink, and get ready to be excited, because you're going to be learning some of the most powerful techniques that all of the gurus and all the super affiliates are using right now to drive tons of free traffic to their sites. One of the key elements that almost all successful marketers have used in order to drive a lot of traffic, and what this is it's simply ad swaps. Now, the way that this works is you essentially drive traffic to somebody else's site in exchange for them doing the same for you. Now, you may be saying to yourself, gosh, I'm brand new, I have no idea how to do this. But the truth is, there's some great ways around this. Now, I did write a book called Fast Start Guide, which you can get access to for free at adswaps.info. If you go there, you can get access to it for free. And in it, I go over all the details for how to do an ad swap, whether you're brand new or you have a small list or a medium sized list, and how to leverage it so that you can get a lot of traffic very quickly. Now, the concept that I mentioned to you a minute ago was that you're going to be driving traffic in exchange for them driving traffic. And one of the things to remember about this that's key is that you can do this to build your list, which is what most people focus on when it comes to doing ad swaps, but you can also do it to generate sales, whether it's affiliate sales or your own product sales, immediately. And again, you can do this to drive hundreds and hundreds of visitors to your site. Now, let me give you a quick example here of some of the numbers to expect when you're doing ad swaps and how to get started on this right away. Okay, now first, whenever you do an ad swap, whether it's your list or the other person's list, you want to count on about 10% of your list will actually show up when you do a mailing. What this means, 1,000-person list will equal approximately 100 visitors to your site. Now, if you're brand spanking new, first of all, and you don't have any lists, don't worry, we're going to be covering with you how to drive traffic in order to build up your list. But even if you have a small list of, say, 500 or 300 people on your list, you can do an ad swap with somebody that has 1,000 people on their list, and you can do some creative bartering or negotiation and say, hey, listen, my list is very responsive, and what I'll do is I'll mail for you 2 or 3 times or whatever it takes to match clicks. So they in turn will mail for you once. Let's say their list is 1,000 people. That should bring 100 visitors to your site immediately. Now, if you mail for them and you can only bring 50 or 40 or 30 people, you mail for them a couple of times. And so what'll happen is, first of all, you've immediately done the task that I promised, which is you brought 100 visitors to your site, and it only took you a couple minutes to do. And you can obviously do this several times with several different partners. one of the things that I want to show you here real quick is when you go to adswaps.info, you can see here that let me make this a little bit smaller so you can see. Um, it's separated by list sizes. So lists, for example, of 1,000 or less, if you click on that, you're going to see list owners that have, lists that they're willing to do ad swaps with. Let's say this one is 700, this one's 300, this one's 674, this one's 250, 210, 965, 600. You get the point. The idea here is this is a great place and a great resource for somebody starting out doing ad swaps to go to find people where you can leverage your list. I mean, if you find just a few of these guys, which you can do this for free, by the way, this whole service is free, and you say, hey, will you mail for me? I'll mail for you a couple times. Then while you're mailing for one, you're having all these other guys mail for you as well, and you schedule it out so your list gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you always want to be trying to do ad swaps with guys that are slightly bigger than you, maybe twice the size or 3 times the size. I don't suggest if you're brand new you go to somebody like Mike Filsaime with a list of 1 million people and say, hey, I'll match clicks for the next 800 years. Instead, what I suggest you do is you go to guys with a list that is 2 or 3 times your size, and if you do that with a few of them, it won't take very long before your list is the same size as theirs, and now you can go even bigger. Now, there are a lot of details in the Fast Start guide that I mentioned to you as far as how to contact these guys, and especially if their list is bigger. But what's great about adswaps.info is it makes it very simple. Basically, you just contact them and you say, hey, I found your offer in adswaps.info. My list is 300. I can generate, around 50 clicks per mailing if it's good quality copy. I'm available to do a mailing in the second week of this month. Let me know when you're available. And that's basically it. And the beauty of ad swaps is these guys understand that, hey, we're just trading traffic here and it doesn't cost anything to do it. So as long as you can talk the lingo, which is saying exactly what I said and what I also cover in the Fast Start guide, then you're in. It's a done deal. They're just going to give you a date. They're going to give you the email that they want to send to your list, which is called a swipe file or copy, and that's it. You just mail it out. And one of the things that I do suggest you do is, and we'll cover this a little bit more in the next video, is that you have a promotion in order to generate cash right afterwards. Okay, and what I mean by right afterwards is right after your mailing for your free offer. So talking about using affiliates to drive a ton of traffic to your offers. Now, one of the things I need to cover with you here that's important about this is for your own specific offer. Okay, this is not if you're an affiliate and you're just wanting to drive traffic to an affiliate offer. And if you don't have your own product, I really suggest you do that as soon as possible. It does not take very long, specifically without getting into it in this video series, because I've got a whole other video series which talks about how to create your own product. The basic concept for creating your own product is to take 2 or 3 very high quality products that are in the niche that you want to be in, that are on the same topic, and watch them, read them, try the techniques, and then take that information and whatever worked the best for you and put it in your own words. Create the video, create the PDF, put your own spin on it. And it's the best of the information. Don't just blatantly rip off somebody else's stuff. Don't just take a PLR product and say, it's yours. You want to have a good, high quality product. And if you do that with, 2 or 3 good, high quality existing either courses or whatever, and take that and put yourself into it, and add your own spin and your own angle on it. And like I said, you try it yourself, you'll have your own product. Now the secret is to set up an affiliate program and to entice affiliates to promote your product for you. What you'll find is that there's a ton of ways to drive traffic. The techniques that I'm showing you are some of the core fundamental ones, but another one that's huge is sending an email to your list. And whether you're brand new or you've got a nice big fat list already, why not leverage other people's lists and other people's talents and strategies for their abilities to drive traffic to your offer? See, the way you want to look at it is this. Let's say, for example, you could work very hard over the next 6 months and build up a list of 10,000 people. And by averages, that means that you should be making around $10,000 a month. Okay? In other words, if you have a list of 10,000 people, you should be making about $10,000 a month. Now, why not instead get 100 affiliates to do the same thing and build up a list of 10,000 subscribers and have them promote your product? I mean, think about it. What you're doing is you're leveraging their efforts and you're rewarding them in the process, so it's a win-win situation. But you're positioning yourself to be in the middle of everything to reap the rewards of this. Now, a couple of things that will make this work better than anything else are the affiliate program that you choose to use. Now, I have talked to a lot of different marketers out there, and I've tried a lot of different programs myself. Some of them are better than others, obviously, and there's advantages to different ones. Some of the more popular ones are ClickBank, Pay.com, and Simple One Click. Now, ClickBank is very popular. It's very simple. There's a lot of advantages to it. If you're getting started, it's really easy to set up. It's very secure. The downsides to ClickBank is you can't do any upsells or downsells. You can't pay out 100% commission, which is very attractive to affiliates. You're limited to the amount that you can charge for your product sales, things like that. Pay.com is Mike Filsaine's product, and there's a lot of advantages to Pay.com that are really, really good. With all three of these, by the way, they also have a built-in traffic source of a marketplace, which means that affiliates will go to these sites and look through the marketplace to find products to promote that look good, that are popular, and you'll end up getting traffic to your site, to your offer, just by having it listed there. So one of the things that's a lot of people don't talk about, but I would suggest having your product listed on all three of them, but then choose one of them, which I'll tell you which one I think is the best in a moment. But you want to use yours for creating your affiliate links and your tools for your affiliates. But getting back to Pay.com, some of the advantages with that is you can have an upsell, meaning tie some products together, and your affiliate will get commission on both sales, which that's another thing that's very very attractive to affiliates, because if you think about it, if they promote one product, let's say it costs $27, after their fees and everything, they're looking at making about $13 commission. So depending on how well that product converts, let's say they have to drive 100 visitors in order to get one sale, which is very typical, about a 1% conversion. Then if driving those 100 visitors costs them more than $13, then they're not going to make a dime. And let's say it costs them $10 to drive 100 visitors. That's really not very good money to make a whole $3. So contrast that to if you've got a back end offer where you can offer commissions. Instead of making $27, maybe there's a $97 back end and a monthly continuity for $50. So now they're looking at one sale turning into $123 in commissions. So obviously this is huge. Now, a couple of things that Simple One Click offers that the other two don't is whenever one of your customers buys, you can offer them not just an upsell or a downsell, but you can offer them a one-click upsell or downsell. And what that means is, they look at the first offer and they put in their credit card information, and then when you show them something else, if they decide to take it, they don't have to enter their credit card information again. They just click one button and it's added to their order. And you can do this multiple times. You can have upsells and downsells, as many as you want, and you can tie this into your affiliates' commissions. So in this case, they're looking at making more money on this, including making money on your continuity plans, whether it's a monthly membership or a CD of the month or whatever it is. And so those are a couple of the advantages of Simple One Click. Another advantage that's really huge is every time somebody buys one of your products, when you're driving traffic to different offers of yours, whenever somebody buys, they're automatically an affiliate. In other words, their affiliate account is instantly created and their login info is emailed to them, and now they can promote your products, on autopilot. And Simple One Click is my answer to the affiliate programs out there, and I created it because of a frustration and because of what I thought was really missing from all the other affiliate programs and shopping carts out there. So obviously I'm biased and I think that Simple One Click is the best, but if you take a look and you compare them side by side, I think you're going to find it really has a lot of great features to offer, and it's really the best option. So anyway, another thing that you want to do as far as getting affiliates to promote your products is by offering higher commissions than everybody else does. And this is on front end and back end offers. Think about this for a second, guys. If most people are offering 50% on a front end offer, you sell a $37 product, you're going to make about $17. Or you could go with your affiliate program and your product and make a couple $100 from a sale, plus get ongoing commissions for life. This is huge. And what happens is when you do this is not only do these guys want to promote for you, they want to promote more often, and they also tell their affiliate friends, hey, you know what, I made a lot more money with John Marketer's offer than I did with so and so's offer. You should really check it out. He's got a good plan over there. Another big element to this, as far as affiliate marketing or attracting affiliates to do your marketing and drive your traffic, is to offer a lot of tools. Offering your affiliates tools can come in a lot of different forms. Obviously there's things like just setting up AdWords ads or email swipe files, but the more that you do for them, the more likely you're going to have them promote your stuff. Creating banner ads and videos and review templates are huge, because some of these guys are going to be new and some of them are going to be more experienced, some of them are going to be lazy, some of them are going to be hardworking. And you might find that, hey, somebody just has a really popular blog or site that gets a lot of traffic, and because they're related, they'd be willing to just throw up a banner ad, or they'd be willing to send out an email if you would write it for them, or they'd be willing to throw your ad in their AdWords campaign, if you'd make it easier for them. And the thing is most of these guys that are highly successful, they do all this stuff. So in order for you to compete and get traffic from affiliates, you have to provide this stuff. Another element is having coaching. And this doesn't mean that you have to get on the phone with every single person that's an affiliate of yours, but maybe you have a monthly webinar or something like that where you talk about what's working and what's getting results, so that these guys that are maybe struggling or just wanting to get to the next level, they can join in on this coaching, and they're going to feel an obligation to promote your stuff because you're helping them become better at being an affiliate. Another thing, and this is not so much a tool or training, but it just helps the mindset of some of the better affiliates out there, is by having contests and offering prizes. And a lot of these guys will promote your stuff just because they want to have their name on the page as, hey, these are some of my top affiliates. And there's a lot of ways that they can leverage it. They can write their own book and say, look, I've been a top affiliate for a lot of different contests, and look at all these prizes I've won. Even if they would make enough money anyway to be able to buy this stuff, it's still a good feeling to say, hey, I got this iPod or whatever it is that they won for free just by being an affiliate. So, definitely take advantage of that. This is actually one of the most powerful ways to drive traffic, because it's ongoing and it's really hands off, is to have other people do it for you as an affiliate. And the way to do that is, the bottom line is to make it really profitable and really easy for your affiliates to do it. Underused traffic source, and that's Wikipedia. And most people know about it. Basically what happens is, if you go to Google, for instance, and you type in, we'll pick a popular movie. Okay, the Wall Street movie. And just hit search here. Now you'll see right here that the second one on there is Wikipedia. And this is very common. Google loves Wikipedia because it's seen as a resource of facts. Basically what happens is, if somebody puts something on here and it's garbage, like they say Homer Simpson is the president of the United States, is somebody can come up there and challenge it and edit it and say, no, it's Barack Obama, and it'll get bumped off. And so, it's not always 100% accurate, but Google loves it because it's constantly being given new information, and because everyone in the world has the power through the social media of making sure that it's accurate, Google takes it as, hey, this is a great site to put on the top. So here is your secret formula for using it. First of all, I'm going to click on this link to show you what we're going to do. First, what you do is, let's say you're in the Forex niche and you want to generate some traffic to your site about your product that teaches you how to do trading. Okay. Well, obviously people that are into Wall Street, that might be a good way to piggyback off of their experience. So it'd be great to get some traffic from Wikipedia. So what we would do first is you would create an article on your site. Okay, let's say your site is, for instance, what you would do is, let's say for instance your website is tradingtips101.com. So what you would do first, before you do anything else, is you would write an article and you would put it on your site. Let's say you put it in a folder at tradingtips101.com/Wall Street Trading Tips. Okay? Now, one of the things that you have to do in order to utilize Wikipedia in the best way is to make sure that your article is relevant to whatever it is that you're looking for, that you're trying to piggyback off of. So in this case, having an article, Wall Street Trading Tips, well, a lot of these guys that watch this movie are going to say, this looks great and I would love to be a millionaire, and I wonder how I could learn this stuff. So after you put your article on there, then what you would do is you would go back to Wikipedia. By the way, in order to find what we're talking about in Wikipedia, all you have to do is just do a search in there for something related to your niche. So that way you're actually talking about something that you know about. Now what we want to do is we want to scroll down here to where it says external links. Okay, And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Alright, so you can see here where it says external links. There's, oops, there's alright. There's a list of external websites that are supposed to be related to this particular topic. So what you would do is you'd come over here and you'd click on edit, and obviously you have to have an account with Wikipedia, which is free, so I'm not going to go through that in this video because it's very self-explanatory. You just sign up and you enter your information. But then you hit edit, and what will happen is you don't delete any of these. Okay, what you do is you add your article that you put right here onto the end of this this list of external links. Now, what'll happen is you don't get any backlinks from this, so it's not like the search engines are going to love you from that aspect. But what'll happen is you'll get a lot of traffic from human beings that go to Google, type in Wall Street, and maybe Wall Street movie, whatever it is, and they'll see your website in there, especially if you're smart enough to have the name of your article something very relevant, like Wall Street trading tips, okay, or Wall Street secrets, or something like that. Make money on Wall Street, you know, something like that. But this is a great resource, and you can get a lot of traffic. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of visitors in very little time. Now, this is not, just so you know, a long-term traffic technique in the sense of it won't stay up there for years and years and years. People will bump it and say, hey, you know, maybe this isn't related, or maybe if you do a good enough job, it'll stay there for a while. But it's a great way to get a burst of traffic, especially if you're piggybacking off of another existing thing like a great movie, or you know, a popular event or something like that. So that's how to utilize Wikipedia in order to get hundreds, if not thousands, of visitors to your sites very quickly. Okay, one of the things I wanted to mention too about Wikipedia and the whole traffic technique that I'm sharing with you is that if you pull up one of your keywords in Wikipedia, like in this case it's Wall Street movie, and you see that there is not any external links already set up, then you want to just pat yourself on the back and have a party, because you just found a great untapped resource. This is like finding a bag of gold on the street, guys. So what you want to do here is just create an external links in Wikipedia, and the way to do this, to really tap into this, to find this, by the way, you just click on edit in order to do that, is to do some keyword research first and search in Wikipedia for every single one of your keywords, and then scroll down and look to see if there's already an external link reference set up, and it should be at the very bottom, and it'll look like this: external links, edit. Now, if you don't know how to do keyword research, I don't suggest you learn how to do this. It's a skill that you don't want to spend the time or waste the time learning how to do. What you want to do is you want to just hire somebody else to do this for you. And the reason is it takes a while to learn, and you can get it done very inexpensively. So let me give you an example. If you go to the Warrior Forum here, and you just do a search for keyword research service, this is just one guy. He's got a ton of great reviews, and you know, for example, to find 400 niche keywords, it's 25 bucks. You can't beat that. So why spend, you know, hours, days, or weeks, or months to learn how to do keyword research the right way when you can hire somebody else for this price or even less, depending on who you use, to get a ton of keywords, and then just head on over to Wikipedia and look to see if they have external links. And if they don't, or even if they do, but it's a good keyword, put your article on there and then put a link to your article. Now, one other very important tip on this is on that page that you're linking to, you don't want to link to your home page. You want to link to the actual article like we showed about before. Um, you want to have on there very prominently your opt-in box to help build your list with a free offer. Um, and then you want to take them to either an affiliate offer or the product that you're selling. But have that very prominent, have it on the top right part of the page, get your free whatever, free video reveals, free download explains or covers or shares or whatever. Um, but do that so that you can really utilize this to the best of your ability. And that's it for Wikipedia. So that's a great one. I suggest you jump on that ASAP. Get a ton of traffic from Yahoo Answers. Now, Yahoo Answers will bring you traffic in two ways. Wikipedia will bring you, in the last video we showed you, it'll bring you traffic from the actual site, from human beings seeing it and clicking a link. Now what Yahoo will do is it'll bring you traffic from that same thing, from people going there and reading your answer and wanting to check out what else you have to say. But it'll also help you by improving your search engine ranking as well for your site. Now the resources, what you'll need in order to do this, are free, but it will take you a little bit of time. And what you'll need is 2 separate Yahoo accounts, and you'll also need a Twitter account. Now all those are free, and this technique, just to be upfront with you, is a little bit gray hat. And the reason is because you're going to be asking a question yourself and then answering the question from another account. And obviously if you ask it as Jim Jones and answer as Jim Jones, it's not going to be very convincing or help anything. So you would have to do the whole virtual name or whatever. So you can always do something which is clearly a fake name, like Joe Freedom or John Marketer or something like that, so that people know, hey, obviously this isn't this guy's real name. But he's in this niche. If you're in the real estate niche, you could be Joe Real Estate or whatever. So anyway, let's jump into the technique here. First thing you would do is you would go to Yahoo Answers, and if you don't already have a Yahoo account, you can set that up for free. And again, it's very simple. I'm not going to go through that in this video because it's self-explanatory. But all you would have to do is just sign up for free and create 2 different accounts. And then if you come here to Yahoo Answers, you can see, for example, somebody that's already asked a question. This is what it'll look like after you ask a question. In this case, this guy's asking, hey, how do I ask this girl out? So let's say, for instance, you're in the dating niche and you have a video series that teaches people how to talk to women or ask girls out in order to meet the woman of your dreams and marry her. Okay, well, you could ask a question like this, and obviously you want to write it in your own words so you're not copying anything. And then what you would do is you would log out and log back in as your other person. In this case, it might be the dating guy or whatever, and you would answer this question. Okay, now when you answer it, you want to, both in the question and in the answer, have your keyword term in there. So in other words, how do I ask this girl out would be your keyword term. Okay, if your term is how to make money in trading, your question is how to make money in trading. Okay, and then what you want to do is, in your question, you want to mention that in the first sentence very early on. So if your question is, or your keyword is, how do I make money with trading, you want to have the title be, how do I make money with trading? And then your first paragraph might start out with something like, I'm wondering if anyone could tell me, how do I make money with trading? And then for the rest of the question, because the question isn't very long, normally it's about a paragraph, You don't want to mention those words again. So you don't want to say, how do I make money with trading because I've been trading for a while and I've got a lot of questions about how to make money. You don't want to do that. Okay? What you want to do is think of your your question here as a little website that you're optimizing for the search engines. And when it comes to optimizing for anything, whether it's for a blog or an article or a website or a Yahoo question or Squidoo Lens, whatever, um, Google and the other search engines see this like a shopping list. When you go to the store, the most important thing that you need to get is on the top of the list. It's not on the bottom. Okay? And if you have, let's say for example, you need to get milk from the store. Um, your spouse says, when you go to the store, I don't care if you forget everything else, just don't forget milk. You're going to have it on the top. Okay? It's probably going to be bold, it's going to be underlined. That's your way of saying this is the most important thing. And that's the way that the search engines and Yahoo and everybody else will see it as important. So mention it first, don't mention it at the end, don't mention it in the middle because it sounds too spammy. Just mention it at the beginning. Hopefully I made that clear. Um, Now, when you answer the question in the other account, it's the same thing. You ask the question, how do I ask this girl out? Or whatever it is. The number one tip I can give you is this, this, and this. And what you want to do is you want to link back to your site. Okay? Specifically, a page that talks about whatever it is you're doing here. It could be an article, it could be a blog post, and again, you want to make sure that you have, excuse me, a either an a squeeze page that you're sending them to, or an opt-in box that's very blatant on the top right, because from studying where the most important place is that people look, it's the top right. Okay, have your chance for them to get some free information about this topic on the top right. And the reason you want to do that versus just sending them to an offer or whatever is it's just like a squeeze page. You can get 30% and up of your visitors to this site on your list, or you can just try and get 1% of them to buy. So obviously we want to get 30% because we can go ahead and sell them something right afterwards. But why not get everybody into your sales funnel at first right away? Now, Yahoo Answers has a great relationship with Google and with the other search engines. So when you do this, you're going to get a lot of natural organic traffic from people that are in Yahoo Answers that are saying, hey, I was curious about that too, and that sounded like a good answer that guy gave. He mentioned that he teaches some other, great similar information on his site, datingtips101.com or whatever it is. I'll go check it out. And people will find it on the search engines based on your keyword. So definitely do it. It's a great resource. It's a great way to get a lot of traffic, and it's free, and it really doesn't take very long. Now, it's important to understand this. This is a key element to this technique. Yes, you post the question, then you log in as the other account and you answer the question with a link to your website. But if you just do that, you'll miss it. Okay? What you have to do next is you have to log back in as the person that asked the question and choose your other person's answer, in other words, your fake account or whatever, as the best answer. And you can wait, a couple hours to do this, or maybe even, a day or two. But by doing that, it gives the authority to Yahoo and to Google that that answer was the right answer. It's kind of like Wikipedia again. Okay, well, the people have voted, and this is the best answer. So when you do that, you'll end up getting, more feedback, more popularity, more rankings, and more visitors. So ask the question, have a second account answer the question, and then go back to your first account and say this was the best answer, and choose that. So that's all you have to do. Again, don't forget to take advantage of your traffic by having a squeeze page or by having a opt-in box with a free offer on the top right of your page as soon as they do that. Out using video, specifically YouTube and a few other different video websites, in order to get a ton of free traffic to your site. Now, with YouTube, because the search engines can't read the video like you would read an article or a blog post, they have to look at your tags and your title in order to know what the video is about, and then they also have to look at the number of views that people are looking at your actual video in order to see whether or not it's popular, and that's how they base how high they rank your video. Now, if you go to YouTube, you'll see there's a ton of different videos. So let's say how to clean your teeth. Okay, you're gonna see here there's a bunch of different ones, bunch of different videos, and I can guarantee you that a bunch of these are going to be pointing to affiliate ads for teeth whitening and stuff like that. Okay, now if you look at the number of views, you can see this one's had a little bit over 8,000. This one's had over 155,000. Okay, now with YouTube, there's a couple different secrets in order to make sure that yours gets seen a lot. One of the secrets is to take your video and to upload it to several different YouTube accounts. Now, just a disclaimer here, YouTube very well may cancel your account or delete your account if you do this. They may see this as gray hat or whatever. So what I suggest you do is, if you have a YouTube account that you care about that has a bunch of videos on there already, is not to use that tied in with this technique, but instead to create 50 new accounts. Now, if you're going to create 50 new accounts, I don't suggest you do it yourself because it's going to take you a long time. Instead, what I suggest you do is go to scriptlance.com, or another good resource for this type of work is Odesk, and you hire somebody for about $5 to create 50 YouTube accounts and to send you an Excel spreadsheet that shows you the username and passwords for logging in and everything else, and you tie those into an account with the secret weapon that I'm going to be revealing with you, which will submit your videos to up to 50 different YouTube accounts. And that very unknown service is called PixelPipe. Now, PixelPipe is similar to like Traffic Geyser, and it's also similar to TubeMogul. Now, this does a whole lot more than TubeMogul does, and it does virtually the same thing that Traffic Geyser does, but it's free versus $100 a month. And there's some advantages and disadvantages to both. But the main thing with PixelPipe is you can take your video and you can have it put on there with just a couple of clicks, and you can even do this from your phone, like a BlackBerry or an iPhone, without needing to log onto your computer. So it's really just a great resource, and it'll be tied in and connected to all these accounts. So what you want to do is hire somebody, as I mentioned, from Scriptlance or Odesk, and have them create those 50 accounts, and then have them associate them with PixelPipe. Now, the next thing I want to share with you about this is, with PixelPipe promoting your stuff to YouTube, is they'll also promote your site, or your video I should say, to a bunch of other different video sites out there. And the ones that I suggest, I'll show you in a second, are going to be the ones that are going to be the best bang for your buck. Okay, so the best sites that you want to submit them to are Kiwigo, Vidler, Vimeo, Metacafe, Dailymotion, and obviously YouTube. So the reason is there's a ton of different ones that you could submit it to, and every single one of those you'd have to have somebody create several accounts for, and it's just a pain in the neck. So what I would suggest you do is just hire somebody to create about 100 accounts. It should cost you around $5, and you're good to go. And just submit it to these 6 different sites. And what happens is you're going to get a ton of traffic from that. And then also later on in the video series here, we're going to have a couple of different paid techniques, and one of them, actually 2 of them, will show you how to get a ton of views for like less than $1, like 1,000, up to several thousand views. And it's not necessarily great quality traffic, but they are actual views. And so what happens is you can use these to point to your YouTube video and bump that up in the rankings in order to get more organic traffic from YouTube. So, um, by the way, if you're not sure how to create videos, as a special bonus, I've included a video software that you can use for free in order to create videos, and it's very simple to do. Basically, you can just take different screenshots of pictures that are related to your niche and just talk while they're going. And it only has to be like a minute or two for it to be a good quality video. And the secret is to be specific, to give them some information, and to have your site that you're sending people to watermarked on there. What that means is on the bottom or the top or the middle of the page through the whole video, so that no matter what, when they go there, they see your website on there. And then let them know in the video, preferably near the end, if you like this information, I've got a bunch more, or this is one technique, I've got 10 more, or get your free gift about this technique at my website, www.whateveritis.com. So go ahead and do that. Enjoy this talking about how to generate a ton of traffic very, very, very quickly using Google News. Now let's go ahead and take a look here at how this happens. When you go to Google, if you were to type in a popular term, for example, watch movies online free, you'll see when you scroll down here, news for whatever it is you just typed in. Now, if you click on this first one here, you're going to see, sorry, you're going to see this first result, which is basically a review. And what this guy's done is he's got some resources here to connect with him, connect with me, follow my blog, be my friend, whatever. And then on the right here, he's got his Google AdSense set up in order to generate some revenue from this traffic. Now, those are all good. He's also got, follow me on Facebook, which I think is good. He's got a resource on the bottom here to start a free sports blog. I'm sure there's some monetization in that. But one of the areas that I think he really dropped the ball in is his actual article here is very spammy. If you read it, it's clearly not written for a human being. It's written for the search engines in order to get him a high ranking, and he really didn't have to do this in order to get a high ranking. Okay, the way that it works with any optimization that will last and that will get on there quickly is you have to talk to the visitors and be very targeted. Okay, let's say for instance his keyword in here was watch movies online free. If he'd had in bold watch movies online free, and then the very first paragraph said something like, if you're interested in learning how to watch movies online free, then I've got a great resource for you, and talk about it and mention it first and a couple of times, like 2 or 3 maybe, and then have 3 or 4 paragraphs or 5 paragraphs, and don't mention it anymore except for in the very beginning, then that will show up just fine on Google News or Google or Squidoo or your blog or whatever. But one of the things to keep in mind with Google News is it's only going to be on here for a short period of time because it's considered news. And as you know, any news gets replaced with something newer. Now, one of the things that I want to do is I want to show you another example on here, Google News. Um, if you type in make money online and you go over here to Google and you type in news or click on news, you'll see just the news results. Now this one right here, if you click on it, it looks like this. This is a much more professional looking page, and what this guy has done that's smarter than the other is, for one, is he's made a more professional looking site, and for two is, instead of relying on Google AdSense for the results as far as making money, he's using what's called CPA offers. And what CPA offers are, is when somebody clicks on one of these, they don't have to buy anything. If they sign up, let's say for this example, this iPad offer, they probably have to fill out a form with like their address and their name or something like that. And just by doing that, this guy gets paid a couple of bucks. Versus AdSense, by clicking on it, he gets a couple of cents, 10 cents, 30 cents, 5 cents, whatever. So again, you're not selling anything, but you're making more money by using CPA offers versus using AdSense. And it's really a great way to leverage it. Now, what I think this guy dropped the ball in is he really doesn't have any great way here to, any great blatant way to capture your email address so that he can market to you again and again. Um, Anytime you send traffic to a page, always make sure you have a way to capture their email address. Normally it's on the top right side of the page. You're going to have a free offer in exchange for their email address. And the way to position it is, I have a free offer for you. Where do I send it? And when they give you the email address, you send it to them. And now they're on your list. Okay? Now you can market to them over and over again. Now, even if you drop off of Google News for this particular thing, you can still contact them again and again, because a majority, like 97 to 99% of the people that visit any offer will say no to, spending a dime the first time. But if you have a decent free offer, you should get at least 30% of the people to take you up on your free offer. So that means out of every 100 people that come to your offer, you can have 30% of them, or 30 people that you can market to again and again, even if it's for free stuff like this, like free CPA stuff. You can send them to a page that shows something like this as soon as they sign up on your list. So you can still make the money, but now you have a back end where you can follow up with them again and again. So to utilize this and get it going with Google News, all you have to do is write an article just like you did with Wikipedia that's relevant, and then go to Google News and submit it, and you'll see it on there. And again, it won't necessarily last for for weeks or months, but it may last on there for a few weeks. But the beauty is you get traffic fast, and it's very relevant, and it also helps your search engine rankings for that particular page. So put it on there, submit it to Google News, and then what you do is you make a tweet about that page. Okay? And what that'll do is that'll help communication go back and forth between Google and Twitter to say, hey, this is popular, people are talking about it. And if you have a blog post, make a blog post about it as well, and then ping your blog post. And if you're not sure how to do that, all you have to do is do a Google search for how to ping my blog posts, and there's a million different tutorials out there, and it's a free service to do as well. Um, but it's a great, powerful resource, and I've seen it on here before with Google News when people have done it, that they end up in 20, 30, 40 minutes having 400, 500, 600 visitors to their site. So very fast, very simple, very effective way to use Google News to generate a lot of traffic, a lot of free traffic, high quality traffic, using articles. Now, article marketing is something that's been around for a while, and a lot of people have heard about it, and a lot of people disregard it. But article marketing can be some of the best quality traffic you can get out there. And I'm going to share with you first how to write a great article and how to do it quickly. Now, the number one rule about article marketing is when you're going to write an article is you don't quit. And what I mean by that is not, hey, don't give up or you can do it or something. I mean, all those things are great. What I mean is when you sit down to write an article, don't get up until you're done writing the article. I'm talking about to get a drink, to get a snack, to watch TV, to answer the phone, anything. Writing an article shouldn't ever take you more than 10 minutes. Really, you can do it in about 5 minutes. So the secret is do it, get it done. Don't get up for any reason whatsoever. Okay? Now, as far as the outline or the layout for your article, what you want to do is you want to have, let's say, um, your article is about losing weight, and your title is, how to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 weeks without changing, your diet or something like that. Um, what you want to do is you want to have two solutions. Okay, so the first one might be to add to your cardio, and the second one might be to add weight training. And I'm just giving examples here, just off the top of my head. Okay, um, but what you would do is, let's say the first one is add to your cardio. You want to then have two different techniques. Like, first one is to add to your cardio. One of the best ways to do this is to take a walk each day instead of driving to work. If you work nearby, leave a half an hour earlier and walk there. Or when you're done working, or when you're on the phone, you know, talk on the phone while you walk, or take the stairs instead of the elevators. But have a couple different techniques, okay? And then your second solution is to add to your weightlifting. Maybe then the case is when you're carrying your groceries inside, a great technique is to get plastic bags and do curls as you're walking up the stairs with them or something. And again, I'm just making it up, but the idea is for an article to be good quality, you have to have different solutions and different techniques for doing those solutions in order to get people that are reading it to get their mind going, thinking about solutions, picturing themselves doing it, and saying, that's a good idea, that's another good idea, oh, I hadn't thought of that, that's good. And the next thing to do is to have what's called a signature box or a bio box on your article. And you can do this signature box the same in your same niches for all of your articles. So this shouldn't really take you any time to do this once you've set it up. And basically what you're saying in there is, your name, whatever it is. Let's say it's Mark Jones. Mark Jones is an expert in the weight loss niche. He owns Weight Loss for Dummies 101.com. If you enjoyed this article, be sure to download Mark's free ebook, How I Lost 97 Pounds in 63 Days While Only Eating Chocolate, or whatever it is. And so what happens is when your articles get read by people, it's going to leave them wanting more. Okay, you've given them good information, but you can never solve everybody's problems in one article, so of course they're going to want to hear more. Okay, so you give good quality information in the format that I mentioned, which is at least two solutions with a couple of options for different techniques for doing those solutions, and then your bio box. Now, there's a ton of different ways to submit your sites and to spin articles and everything else. I'm going to go ahead and suggest that either you write your own articles or you hire somebody specific each and every time to write articles for you. In other words, don't hire one person one time and then somebody else the next time. And what you do is when the articles are written, instead of going through all the submission options and everything, the most important one to submit to is Ezine Articles. They've got the best relationship with Google. Google really loves them. And what you're going to find is that if you go to Google, and I'll just show you here. Okay, so if you're at Google and you type in a phrase like lose 10 pounds in a week, for example, what you'll see here is it says this is out of 267,000 results. Okay, but that's not really accurate for what we're looking for. What we want to do is we want to put it in quotes so that we'll know how many sites actually have those words in that order. So as you can see here, it's 14,300. Okay. Now anything less than 30,000, okay, if you write an article that has this as the title, has a picture that you call lose 10 pounds in a week, and has this phrase mentioned in the first or second paragraph, you're almost for sure, if you submit it to Ezine Articles, going to get a page one ranking on Google. Most likely it's going to be in the first couple of results here. Now, yeah, like I mean, they're in Wiki Answers right here. Yeah, Ezine Articles, page one. Okay, so what happens now is after you write that article, you go to Ezine Articles and you sign up for free, which is right here, and just create that account and submit your article. And the secret is again, like I mentioned in one of the videos earlier, is to get some keyword research done on your niche so that you've got, a few hundred keyword terms that are what's considered long tail keywords. Like for example, lose 10 pounds in a week is much more targeted than, say for example, lose 10 pounds. If you look at that, that's 53,000. Now if you wrote an article and you put it in Ezine Articles and you did it right, you may be on page one. Like for example, this guy right here, they are on page one, which is great, but it gets harder as you get more and more targeted. Anything under 30,000, you could do it almost on accident and get on page one. But if you, for example, use like a term like lose weight, okay, this is a lot more targeted. I'm sorry, it's a lot more broad versus a lot more targeted, and so you're going to have to deal with things like backlinks and relevant backlinks, and being more competitive as far as how you're going to optimize your site and stuff like that. So we're not looking for that right now. We're looking for traffic, fast traffic that's free. And the best way to do it is to use a long tail keyword. Make sure that you're anywhere from 30,000 to 50,000. If you're at 30,000 to 20,000, it's going to be a piece of cake. 30 to 50,000, you want to make sure you do a good job with your article. And it's always great if you can always add a picture if it's like on a blog post or something like that. But for Ezine Articles, you want to look at something that's 30 to 50,000. So that's it. It's really just a great resource, a great way to get a lot of traffic for free, doing articles, and it's one of the best ways to generate a lot of traffic quickly, especially if you're an affiliate.